should have broke me a long time ago. I'm unbreakable now.
Keep driving it. Your very best. Your very best. Your very best.
Nobody is going to outwork you. Put the work in and take the stairs to the top.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Hello everybody back home. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm not doing very well today. Steve's out walking and I'm not walking with him. 2 days ago I started having pretty bad sciatica pain on my right side. Try not to cry right now. And it's flared up pretty bad on my right hand side, where yesterday I was just limping into town, the town that we stopped at, and this morning, of course, when I get up to step, I just immediately scream because it goes into a spasm. So that immediately put me into a halt of not walking today. So I need to listen to my body and take a day off. We were already scheduled to not walk tomorrow, so I'll have 2 days back to back. So fingers crossed that I can do lots of stretching and whatever else I can figure out to do to help relieve this. And taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen and stuff to try to help. And Steve's had Vicodin, gave me a pill last night. The pain was still going through that, unfortunately. And then my left knee has gotten tendonitis growing in it. Growing, that sounds interesting. Flaring up in it, whatever you want to call it. So my body's trying to say, I don't like this daily grinding, pounding the pavement, which I walk all the time at home, but it's totally different when you're walking on pavements, or I do the Stairmaster all the time at the gym and no issues. But when you're walking on uneven surfaces and constantly going downhill and having to hold on to your sticks to make sure you don't slide down, or turn around to go uphill and the rocks are huge, or I think we've posted some videos to try to show you some of the surfaces we're walking on, but it's kind of brutal. I know a couple people we've heard have broken their ankle, twisted their ankle, in the hospital because they've done something. One lady got so many blisters where she's walking barefooted because she can't even put her shoes on. Knock on wood, I did get 2 blisters. Steve got a couple, but we were able to get through those. We both are wearing 2 socks with wool. And then, of course, we have lamb's wool. I believe that's what it's called, that we also wrap in between our toes. That's been helping. So, yeah, this walk is not easy as it just sounds. Oh, I'm just going to go on daily, walk. It's kind of brutal on your body, day in and day out. But we are going to finish this, and even if I have to crawl through the finish line, and still laugh about it. But for the most part, we are doing well. We're having fun. We're laughing, um, meeting lots of awesome people. I believe I posted on the last two videos where I met this awesome guy who is turning 80 when he finishes, and he always dreamed of doing the Camino, and he's like, I better go do it before I can't walk anymore. And so he only walks 5 miles, as he said, is pushing it for him, but he doesn't care how long it takes him. It takes him 2 months, it takes him 3 months to finish it. He said he's going to finish it, and I said, good for you. He's married, he has a wife back home. His wife thinks he's absolutely crazy. And we were talking about real estate and all this stuff we got into, and he's saying how he has he has a home back home that he lives in with his wife, and then he has another home that he has a rental property. And he said he bought that house, his first house that he bought, for $19,000. He bought his first house for $19,000. He said it was a cute 3-bedroom, 1-car garage. I was like, wow. But this one house that he bought, he said he bought it for like $40,000 something, and he's about to, when he gets home, sell it. He's going to sell it for like $700 some thousand. That's how much it's gone up in value. I was just like, wow. And then his current house, he said he bought for like $300,000 or $400,000. He's about to sell it for about 1.2 or 1.3 million, and wants to buy a house somewhere on the water. And I'm like, good for you. His wife is dying to live somewhere on the water. I'm like, you need to go do that. He's like, well, that's why I came on the Camino, actually. Give me time to think, to figure out where I want to go live. And his wife lives, not his wife, his daughter lives in some state I actually forget. And there's a big lake or something. I'm like, well, you could live there. You're saying you want to live close to her. And he's like, well, I'm thinking about it. So anyway, it was a good walk with him. I walked with him one day for actually a good 5 miles. He walked pretty fast, but I slowed down just a tad bit just to walk with him because it was a good conversation. Then I was sad to depart with the town that we were in, and then the next day, I left a little later and ran into him, and we probably walked for about 20 minutes, and then I headed on past him, and anyway, probably won't see him again, but that was pretty awesome. So it's pretty cool, the people that you run into and the conversations and stuff that you get to have. So the experience of this is pretty awesome. But one thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it now, and I'm probably my very last post when I get home on videos and on Facebook, to all my friends, to any people who are watching this that I do not know, I want to encourage anybody to get out and book a trip and come and do the Camino. Try to do the 500-mile Camino. If you don't have time to get off of work or whatever you're doing, do something. Wear a week of it. Do 2 weeks of it. Any part that you can do is just the whole experience, and the self-satisfaction that you get is just amazing. I've said it to Steve and I were talking so many times. We think every couple before they get married should come do the Camino together. It's better than any marriage counseling, anything, because you get to experience all these things. And so put your walking shoes on. I don't care if you can't walk a mile, you can still do it. Whatever disability you may think that you have, you can do it. this is not about winning a race. It's just about pushing yourself to do something and overcome something. Look, I'm overcoming by talking on videos to you guys. Someone who absolutely hates looking at herself in the mirror and talking to people. I'm doing it live, doing YouTube videos. So if I can do this, you guys can do that. But anyway, it's been fun sharing this adventure with you guys, and please keep all the prayers and stuff coming, especially right now as I work through this. I'm kind of frustrated I can't walk today, but I am enjoying my free time. I'm about to go try to limp someplace to find something to eat because the hotels don't offer room service and stuff like Americans do, which is kind of spoiling. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base and say hi to everybody and what's going on here. And until we talk again, buen Camino, everybody. Big old fields. And look, I'm jealous. Chloe. People riding on horses on the Camino. I could have been riding on horses. No fair. Actually, looks like some of them are mules. How about that? So cool. Anyway, out here in the middle of nowhere.